Certainly. Here's a comprehensive essay on the issues that raised questions in President Biden's speech at Morehouse University, focusing on democracy, racism, protests, and war. President Joe Biden's recent speech at Morehouse University sparked significant discussions on crucial issues facing the United States: democracy, racism, protests, and war. As the nation grapples with deep-seated challenges, Biden's address highlighted the importance of these themes and their interconnections. This essay delves into the complexities of each issue, exploring the historical context, contemporary relevance, and potential solutions proposed by Biden. Democracy, the cornerstone of American society, is built on principles of freedom, equality, and justice. However, in recent years, the integrity of democratic institutions has been challenged by political polarization, misinformation, and declining public trust. President Biden emphasized the need to protect and strengthen democracy, urging citizens to actively participate in the democratic process. Biden's speech outlined several threats to democracy, including voter suppression, gerrymandering, and foreign interference. He proposed measures such as expanding voting rights, ensuring election security, and promoting civic education. These steps are essential to restore faith in democratic institutions and encourage informed participation. Racism has been a pervasive issue in the United States since its inception. From slavery and segregation to modern-day disparities in education, employment, and criminal justice, systemic racism continues to impact African American communities profoundly. Biden's address acknowledged these injustices and highlighted the need for comprehensive reforms to achieve racial equity. Biden proposed several initiatives to combat racism, including police reform, economic investment in marginalized communities, and educational programs that promote diversity and inclusion. By addressing the root causes of racial inequality, these policies aim to create a more just and equitable society. Protests have been a powerful tool for social change throughout American history. From the civil rights movement to recent Black Lives Matter demonstrations, peaceful protests have drawn attention to critical issues and spurred legislative action. Biden's speech underscored the importance of protecting the right to protest while maintaining public order. Biden emphasized the need for a balanced approach to managing protests, ensuring that citizens can express their grievances without fear of violence or repression. This includes police reform measures that promote accountability and de-escalation techniques, as well as community engagement to address the underlying causes of unrest. War has profound implications for both democracy and racial equality. The U.S. has a long history of military involvement, and each conflict has tested the nation's democratic values and commitment to civil liberties. Biden's speech addressed the human and economic costs of war, as well as the need for a cautious approach to military engagement. Biden advocated for a foreign policy that prioritizes diplomacy and multilateral cooperation over unilateral military action. He also emphasized the importance of supporting veterans and addressing the racial disparities within the military. These steps aim to build a more peaceful and just global order while upholding democratic principles at home. President Biden's speech at Morehouse University brought critical issues to the forefront of national discourse. By addressing democracy, racism, protests, and war, he highlighted the interconnectedness of these challenges and the need for comprehensive solutions. Moving forward, it is imperative for citizens, policymakers, and community leaders to work together to uphold democratic values, combat systemic racism, support peaceful protests, and promote a more just and peaceful world. The themes discussed in Biden's speech are not isolated issues, but are deeply intertwined aspects of the American experience. Addressing them requires a holistic approach that considers the historical context, acknowledges current challenges, and implements forward-thinking solutions. As the nation continues to evolve, the collective efforts to uphold democracy, achieve racial equity, support peaceful protests, and avoid unnecessary conflicts will shape the future of the United States.